Okay, well, video 2, Havasu trip. I know I said that I wasn't going to play music, but after I got all the editing done, this thing was like an hour long, so I had to speed it up, and there's a bunch of dead air, so I'm going to play some music. Anyways, got up in the morning, did some time lapse, saw that at the beginning of that. And then I took the camera and just went around here. It was awesome. Had the place to myself. Got up at the crack of dawn, and there was no one over here. After I'd been here for about half hour or so, people started showing up. But in the beginning, it was just me in the water, so it was really cool. I'm gonna stop some of the video and so you can hear the water, but most of the video is just going to be hiking, running along. So if you want to see something, you're going to have to pause it. Sorry. So here we go, we're headed back to camp. There's the waterfall. This is the main trail coming up right here. If you look up there, you can see a bunch of people leaving. You know, early in the morning. It's a long hike out, so there were a lot of people leaving this early in the morning. Coming up on the pickup spot for the mules. So this is this fence up here is the campground line. You can camp anywhere past the fence. And you can see all those backpacks there. Those are people dropping them off so the mules can pack their crap up, or mules that dropped them off and that's where they're sitting. Off to the building, off to the right, there's a couple of buildings. Those are restrooms. And off to the left, right back there, is the ranger. And the ranger isn't really a ranger. It's more of just a shack that they'd put up that the guys that run the mules use. But they do have first aid and, you know, emergency crap there. So these people were nice. They were leaving. Had some extra food and gave it to me. They didn't want to pack it out, so yay for $20 worth of backpackers food. Here's our little tent, little campsite. All the campsites had, well, most of the campsites had picnic tables. No fire pits because there's no fires allowed down there. They used to allow fires, but they had too many problems with it, I guess. There's the boys sleeping. Laura was sleeping in the other tent. So got them up out of bed, and here we go. First thing we're going to do is go over to the spring and get some water for the day. Our camp was fairly close to the spring, so that was nice, and we were fairly close to the bathrooms, but not so close that you could smell them, so perfect. There's the spring. So this is the only fresh water down here, but it was good water, so I shouldn't say it was the only fresh water. It was the only water that didn't come out of the river. So the river has lots of minerals in it. You'll see. So this is just running through the campground, and you can see off to the sides there's tents everywhere. It's pretty much just wherever you want to pitch a tent, you can pitch a tent. But there are, you know, set up little sites with picnic tables and flat spots. Coming up here on the right is the other bathroom. You can see it there. And that was the last bathroom headed down. Here we are at Mooney Falls. And I was much more impressed with Mooney Falls than I was with Havasupai Falls. in this canyon, you can hear the waterfall.
Good job. Throw your pack down and pick it up on the bottom. Oh, awesome. Little rainbow. No crying.
Best rule ever.
Awesome.
That's the canyon we're going to go down. We're going to hike to Beaver Falls, but first there's a little adventure to get down to the base of this waterfall. Music's kind of corny, but keeps me out of trouble with YouTube, so yay. Those overhangs were sure cool. They were like almost like lava rock, but not quite. It was sand that had been washed over, and the calcium and mineral deposits, made them all stick together. So it was really, really cool. I'm guessing this is their legal disclaimer right here.
Okay, great.
Okay? Yeah?
I'm ready.
picture of the trip right there. What a great spot.
Am I holding up the train? What an awesome little pot spot for a picture.
So I'm wearing gloves there. If you go, I would highly recommend bringing some gloves for this piece, no matter what time of year.
Honey? Hey dear.
So down through the cave, out in a little opening there, it's a nice little view spot, and then some more cave, and then we're gonna crawl down some steps that are carved into the side of the hill, and eventually some ladders. I'm gonna make it go faster here, so you're gonna have to watch a half hour of us climbing down the hill. So again, we went the end of February. I think this was actually February 28th, so right at the end of February. When the water is flowing more, there's more mist in the air, and this whole thing is just covered in water. We brought rain jackets just for it, for all the mist, but we didn't need them. You can see how wet the rock is there. It looks really slippery, but it really wasn't. It's so porous and sandstony that it really wasn't slippery. The wood and the metal that they had put in was slippery, but the rock was actually pretty solid. Laura was sure a trooper going down this.
You were betting against her?
It was pretty gnarly in some of the spots.
Boom! Boom!
We dropped our packs over here so they wouldn't get wet.
Probably a good idea.
Is your dad going in the water with his phone? Do you want me to take your phone?
so silly thinking I can hear that.
You see all that?
Yeah. I filmed him taking pictures of the Okay. Are you guys
That water's pretty cold.
yeah.
We're already wet.
Yeah.
I figured it'd be more fun to play in Beaver Falls, which would probably be in the sunshine.
Here we go again. So if I had any recommendation for people for this part of it, try to go during the summer months, or late spring at least. Everything you see lots of videos where all this is super green and lush and all the plants are just thriving. It was pretty dead for the 1st of March, so I would go, if I had to do it again, I would definitely have waited a year and went a little later in the year. We planned to go later in the year, but it just didn't work out. I screwed up on the reservations, and so we took what we got. Well worth the trip. I highly recommend doing it, but had to do it again, I would try to get a better time of the year. I'll bet fall would be very pretty down here too. There are little waterfalls all the way down this river. I didn't stop and take pictures at all of them, but I sure took pictures at a lot of them. I don't know how many times across the river, but I think it was 5. Along down through here there were benches and a few picnic tables, and I don't think that they actually planned to have them down there. I think that in years past when they had flash floods, they washed some of them down there, and rather than move them, they just fixed them up and set them wherever they landed. So Dylan does quite a bit of canyoneering, but for whatever reason this kind of freaked him out walking across this plank right here. It was worse on the way back, but I didn't video it. I just videoed this piece, and he was like, I don't know. So even though a lot of the trees and the brush are, still in hibernation from winter. It was really pretty. Weather was great. It was perfect hiking weather. It was in the 50s, maybe low 60s. So, moving along, it was good. Couple more ladders. You hit those ladders, you're getting close. This was kind of a surprise. I think this is the spot. Nope. There it is. Come around the corner and there's this pine tree, middle of southern Utah, or palm tree, not a pine tree. Or I guess this is northern Arizona. Sorry, not southern Utah.
Him and his heights, riding it. His fear of heights.
Yep.
First of all, he went like this and check.
I would not fuck with you while you're sitting there. Like this right there. Right there.
So this is the area up above Beaver Falls. And this is as far as we're going. It's Beaver Falls. Laura and I decided to have lunch up on top. Water was too cold to go play in anyway, so her feet were hurting and my knee was hurting, so we opted to just stay up here on top. But the boys went down, so we gave the camera to Andrew and Dylan, and they went down and checked it out. This is the view from up top.
Andrew Vision. Andrew Vision. That'll stay right on your back when you take it off.
So the boys came down here to the bottom and got this. This is where they ate lunch. And I was going to cut this out. Andrew threw the camera down and it was on his pack and left it upside down. And he was saying, oh, this will make a cool time lapse. I was going to cut it out, but after he said that, I thought I'd leave it in here just to poke a little fun at him.
Bitch.
Sure, awesome. If it would have been a little warmer, I think it would have been a lot of fun playing in the water. Anyways, that's Beaver Falls. That's as far as we're going. We turn around and head back to camp. So if you want to watch the video going back, you just have to put this, watch this video backwards, I guess. I don't know, because I'm not going to put up the video going back. Anyways, it was kind of the end of the day. We made it back before sunset. Nice hike both ways. Everybody was a little worn out. It was a long day, but was a good trip. See you in the next video. I think the next video we do Havasupai and some lower stuff, and I don't know. Anyway, see you then.